Everybody is well aware of the booming popularity of webheads that climb all over social media, like the nostalgic Spider-Man portrayed by Tobey Maguire, the edgier version The Amazing Spider-Man portrayed by Andrew Garfield, and at its most recent, the youthful Home trilogy portrayed by Tom Holland. Even in animated media, there's also Miles Morales, voiced by Shamik Moore. But wait, who is that? Oh, it's Gagamboy! The Philippines' very own webhead. Released in 2004 and directed by Eric Mati, Gagamboy crawled its way into Filipino pop media history as one of the early pioneers of superhero parody films in the country. At the center of it all, none other than Vhong Navarro, one of the Philippines' most recognizable entertainers from the long-running noontime show It's Showtime. Junie, an ice cream vendor who gains spider-like powers after, get this, not being bitten, but accidentally swallowing a spider while cleaning the warehouse as punishment for, let's just say, an accident that probably not even Spider-Man himself could have saved. The result? A superhero transformation that was equal parts weird as hell, funny, and painfully Filipino.
Daday? Boss? Daday? Boss?
There, the most unforgettable character in cinema history was born. Spider-Man Gagamboy. It's definitely Gagamboy. It's a parody, a ripoff, sure, but one with a twist. Gagamboy is a satire of the superhero genre that still manages to pay tribute to the original. It's based on local heroism. He isn't a genius or a billionaire. For God's sake, he's literally a normal dude that sells ice cream for a living. And that goes to show. The film shows that heroism is something that comes from the masa.
Para kang bayani sa mga comics.
And not just from the elite counts of the rich and the brilliant.
The smartest man alive. Read Richard.
The humor is ridiculous, over-the-top villains, absurd effects, and references only Filipinos would fully appreciate. It's so stupid, but so relatable. So Pinoy. Looking back, Gagamboy really is an icon of the early 2000s Pinoy media. There's something oddly nostalgic about seeing a local superhero before the dominions of the two powerhouse Marvel and DC. When it hit theaters, it wasn't exactly a film of the year contender. It wasn't a flop either, but it did something that the other movies did not do. It stuck around. Gagamboy wasn't exactly hailed as a masterpiece. Critics brushed it off as just another goofy local comedy with a cartoony CGI. But for the common Filipino audience like me, Gagamboy is iconic. As the years passed, Gagamboy went from forgettable to unforgettable, earning its place as one of the earliest cult classics in not just Pinoy superhero parodies, but Pinoy culture in general.
Pero kilala nyo ba ang Pinoy version na si Gagamboy?
It lived in people's minds, not because it was perfect, it was definitely far from it, but it was unapologetically Filipino in every single frame. Gagamboy may not have had $1 billion budget or a multiverse of sequels, but it had something else, cultural impact. It wasn't trying to be the next cinematic masterpiece, it was trying to make people laugh, to show a superhero who eats spiders by accident, fights cockroach villains and other worldly stuff. It was a mix of Filipino absurdity, of low-budget entertainment, of being proudly Jologs yet incredibly watchable. Gagamboy stood out because it didn't try to stand above, it stood with us. The film didn't reinvent anything, it just needed to make it funny, cheap, and relatable.
Sasama kami, ano ba?
Hindi sumama kayo! Ata kayo na nga, baka mapulit tong costume eh.
And somehow, in its all cartoonish glory, it stuck the landing. Now, it's not just some old movie of a Spider-Man ripoff. It's an absolute classic. There was no franchise that came out of it. It didn't break the box office, but it did one thing, and that was that it lasted. In today's time, where multi-billion peso superhero movies are at its peak taking over, Gagamboy reminds us that sometimes to be unforgettable, we don't always have to take ourselves seriously. No cape, not rich,
I am Iron Man.
no advanced technology, just a spider and an ice cream vendor. So the next time you see a spider swinging around Makati or Quezon City, that's for sure not Spider-Man. It was our very own webhead before MCU took over our screens, Gagamboy.